What's up, guys? So we're getting ready to make fruit cocktail cake, which I've never made, but I probably should know how to make it because I've seen my mom make it a million times, but it's better when she explains it to you, and then you make it. So we got a spray pan, which we're going to use this big glass one right here. We got sugar, which I think she said she puts that on top of it.
No,
on the bottom.
I spray my pan and then I sprinkle it with sugar. It keeps your cake moist.
A can of fruit mix, which is fruit cocktail, but this one's called fruit mix. And then a yellow cake, and then 2 eggs. 2 eggs, which we got our eggs right here. And then we got a mixing container. So
a measuring cup, guys.
Whatever.
Ladies and gents, this is a
I'm going to open this up real quick and I'll be right back, Mom. We'll probably talk to you for a second.
When you drain your juice from your fruit cocktail, it goes in the measuring cup because you're going to use that instead of water. And most people don't understand that, but this is the way I make mine, and it keeps the cake really super moist. So it gets drained into there. Oh, and we need a bowl.
Apparently we need a bowl.
We gotta mix your cake mix.
We didn't have that up here. So.
Danny here lately.
Brianna is on the live. How's it going, Poophead?
Danny has been wanting to learn all of his mom's recipes.
Plus, we get a lot of people that enjoy the recipes. They check them out later, and I've already had 2 people make the pork chops, and they liked it, and we've had 3 people make the meatloaf and like it. So
this is my way of making fruit cocktail cake.
I'm going to turn it this way so you guys can see what I'm doing.
And you
a little bit better.
Preheat your oven at 350 like you're going to make your cake. There's no difference.
Move stuff a little bit closer so hopefully you guys can see it a little bit better because I don't have the best camera in the world. We're going to spray the pan real quick.
Make sure you don't get that in your phone.
It ain't going to get in my phone. If it does, it ain't going to hurt it. I need to get new spray because we're about out.
I use Pam or even the cheap spray. It doesn't matter.
This is butter spray. You get this at the Dollar Tree.
You don't have to buy expensive, guys, in order for it to taste good.
Below said, how's it going?
Hi. It's going pretty good today. How are you?
She's a new person that's been talking quite often.
Welcome to Danny's channel.
So what do we do?
Okay. Then, have you drained your juice?
Yes, I put it in here.
Okay, how much do you have in there?
That much.
That's about 1/4 of a cup. Okay, so on here, you look at the directions, which you know you have to see. You do a cake mix just like you would a cake mix. It's going to tell you how many eggs you need.
It says I need...
If you need oil.
1 cup of water, a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, and 3 large eggs.
Oh, okay, so 3 eggs.
So this one's going to need 3 eggs instead of 2 eggs, and it says vegetable oil, but are we going to use vegetable oil?
You have to.
Okay, so we didn't get that out.
Okay, I'll
So you need vegetable oil too, guys. We didn't say that at the beginning. So we're going to need vegetable oil. Go figure. So we need to put this cake mix in the bowl.
Uh-huh.
I've never made it by myself. I've seen my mom make this quite often, and it tastes amazing. So if you've never had a fruit cocktail cake, it's pretty damn amazing. Dump it in the bowl. Throw your trash away, and then you got to empty your trash later because your dogs and cats will get in it.
Yeah. Then
How much of this do I need to put in there?
1/3 of a cup.
I think it said 1/3 cup. It's yep. So that's how much is that? About.
We have
okay, I see.
You can pretty much judge a third of a cup.
You tell me when to stop. Ready? Here it
Go.
comes.
A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay.
Okay.
You know, when you're old like me, you can pretty much judge by
Are we
seeing
putting
it.
that in there too?
What?
The juice.
Okay. Now your juice on here said 1 cup.
So fill this up with the rest with water.
With water to a cup, which would be half of that.
This is 2 cups. Okay, yeah. No.
It's 2 cups.
That's
here.
2/3 of. That's 1 cup. Huh. This whole thing's 1 cup. Huh.
The whole thing is 1
Yeah,
cup?
right there, 1 cup. Huh.
Oh, okay. Well, you fill it with water to that. Always keep your juice, though, guys, because that gives your cake that extra good taste of fruit. You stir it around a little bit, and then you just put it in there, and you make your cake like you normally would. So it's not hard to do. It's just something I always made my boys when they were growing up.
So the juice is still in here, and then I filled it the rest of the way up to get to the 1 cup.
And you're sure it said a cup?
Let me look when we're done. It says cake mix, 1 cup water, 1/3 cup vegetable oil, and 3 large eggs.
Okay. But you do your cake mix just like on the box. And they make everything so much easier for us now. Okay.
You get a spoon.
Then your eggs. And you're lucky because we're almost out.
I need to buy some eggs.
And eggs are so expensive right now, you guys. They're just stupid price.
I almost just
you almost did.
I almost put the egg in the trash, which would have been okay because we had 4 eggs, but I almost put it in the trash there. That would have been funny. That would have been hilarious if I actually would have did that. Should we use that last one because it said 3 large eggs and these are medium eggs?
Go ahead.
Instead of
Yeah,
just
it
putting
won't hurt it. It just
put it in
if
the
you
fridge.
use more eggs, guys, than it says on a box, all it does is make your cake a little taller and a little fluffier.
Something just wrong.
Well, it has been warm.
I'll put it in my hands, guys.
Yeah, Danny's cleaning his hands, and we always squish everything before we throw it away. So that's what you're hearing. This is a real easy recipe and something that I think your kids would enjoy. You can make it with peaches. You can make it with apricots. Anything in a can.
Make it with fruit cocktail.
You know, you don't have to use a yellow cake mix. I prefer the yellow because it just tastes better.
Make sure nobody's... Yeah, this ain't fat-free. For sure. But you can get a fat-free one. But this
I'm sure you can get a cake that's fat-free.
Yeah,
and
this
you
one's
can
not.
also get fruit mix or something that doesn't have as much sugar.
No,
So
I feel like I have something on me.
that's a good question. Okay.
I'm stirring it up.
Do you have your fruit cocktail in there?
Not yet.
We'll put that in there, and
Well, let me get
you
it.
have to beat that
I
stuff.
got it, Mom, but one thing at a time here.
Then just,
That
yeah.
bowl. Just
It's going to
barely,
be just
barely
enough.
enough. Like we had a smaller, just a little bit smaller bowl, it wouldn't work.
You can add 2 cans of fruit mix if you want. But always, always, always keep your syrup or your water that your fruit comes in and use that as your water in your measuring cup.
I'll show you guys what it looks like here in just a
And,
second.
and it's just
It
like...
basically looks like pudding.
it does.
I mean, I try not to, you can kind of see it without spilling it over. But
It's really simple. It's something I made up when my kids were little, and I've always made it, and the boys have always loved it.
Oh, that's so good. You could put icing on it, but me and my brother don't like icing, so we never put icing on ours, but you can put icing on it afterwards.
I prefer the icing, and so does Brianna, so sometimes we do half and half. Half without, half with.
I think we have icing, so this one will probably get a half icing. I think we get icing, don't we? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so half of this will get icing, and the other half won't. Once it cooks.
Once it cools, too.
Yeah.
You can't put icing on unless it cools. But it's just like making a regular cake. It's just my way of doing it.
I like it sticking to the...
Yeah, it does sometimes.
Don't want to waste any.
Now you sprinkle your sugar on the bottom of your pan.
Okay.
That helps your cake keep moisture.
My hands are dirty. Yeah, it definitely could. So she says put sugar, a little bit of sugar on the bottom of the pan, which I think she's using like
I don't use
half a
it
cup.
all.
Well, I'm going to use it all.
But that also helps keep it from sticking, and it keeps moisture in your cake for a while. Most people don't know that. They're like, why do people put sugar on the bottom? That's why. Danny just overdid it. But
and then dump this in here?
And dump it in.
Ooh, that looks yummy. I might make banana pudding next week. No, we'll do some kind of food next week. I don't know what we're doing yet, but we'll do some kind of food. Well, we got to figure it out because I like to tell people what's coming next week. What sounds like a good option for next week, Mom?
I don't know. What do you want to make?
I don't know. What do you want?
I don't know.
We've been making what's something that you like that we can make next Wednesday?
We can make chili tots.
Ooh, that's a good idea. We'll have chili tots. We'll show you guys how we make chili tots next week, which is not very cheap.
But it's good.
But it's very good.
And it will, if you have there's 3 of us here, and when we make it, there's usually enough for 2 or 3 meals.
Yeah, so even though it's cheap, if you technically figure it out that it's going to be like 2 or 3 meals, it's cheap then if you look at it that way. It's not cheap to make, but if it makes 2 or 3 meals, it's
cheap.
Technically cheap.
And then you just bake the cake like you normally would.
Well, don't want to show them, but I got stuff on my hands from it.
It's kind of nice because I just stand here and tell Danny, what to do and how I do it, and
I'm going to show you guys what it looks like here in a second. But let me get this cake stuff off my hands real quick. Because there was some in the spoon, so there would have been a big chunk of... Yeah, it wouldn't have been that spot. If you would have put that spot in the cake, it would have been nasty. So, let's see if anybody else has said anything. Both of you make me smile. Thank you for sharing your kitchen with us all. My mom lives an hour away, and our relationship is strained. I guess is a good word. All right, so let me show you what it looks like now. Here's what it looks like before you cook it. You can see the chunks of fruit in there. There's sugar on the bottom, like she said. I got a little carried away, but I just use it all. You can use it. It's a pretty small cup. Probably half of this, which is a fourth of a cup, right?
No, that's a half a cup.
This is a half.
Yes.
So a half of a half a cup.
Yes. Danny overdid it.
What you probably should use, but...
That always keeps your cakes moist, everybody. Please remember, sprinkle just a little sugar after you grease your pan, and it does help keep the cake moist.
She said, Mama Parker, my son is 30 and lives 5 hours away. I miss him so much.
Aww.
Well, my mom's lived with me for, I want to say like 10 years now. It's probably
Getting close.
close to 10 years. And
we have our moments
yes,
that we have arguments.
Yes, and I'm going to be 44 this year. So, but anyways, cook this in the oven at 350 for how long?
You have to go by what the box says.
The box says.
Because you make your cake like you normally would. You're just adding my different things to it.
The box says 375 for 28 minutes.
Okay, so
we always cook at 350 on everything.
Yes, because sometimes when you do the higher temps, you guys, it destroys your food and the taste.
Well, the sugar apparently helps it stay moist longer.
Yes.
So when you get it cooked, that sugar on the bottom will help the cake stay moist longer.
It absolutely does.
So here's what's going to happen. We're going to put this in the oven. It'll be done in like 30 minutes. I'm not going to leave you guys on live for 30 minutes. And then I'll post the final look on my community tab on YouTube so you guys can check out what it looks like.
And remember that you can use whatever kind of fruit you want. You can use peaches, apricots. If you want to do applesauce, you can do applesauce. You can put blueberries in it. Anything you want in it. But my family always enjoyed when I made fruit cocktail cake.
Yeah, I like it. Try it with fruit cocktail. It's the best way to do it, guys. I think it's best with fruit cocktail. But I guess next week we're going to do it's extreme tots, but the way we do extreme tots. So I think you guys will enjoy it. It's very expensive. I'm not going to lie to you. But it'll make like 3 meals.
Mm-hmm.
So if it costs $50 and you break that down into 3 meals, that's technically pretty cheap.
That's $15, $16 a day.
Yeah.
Something like that for 3 meals is actually cheap for 3 people.
Yeah. She put, that's a good thing being with family, Danny. My daughter lives 4 miles away from me. She's 28 and had gifted me with 3 grandkids, laughing out loud. The light of my life. I'm blessed to have them so close. And then she put yummy applesauce. I don't like applesauce. Like, I got to be in the mood for applesauce to eat applesauce.
But you can use applesauce too.
We always give the applesauce to my brother.
Yes.
Because none of us eat it.
But you can use applesauce. You can use blueberries. You can use grapes. You can use peaches.
My mom has 2 grandkids, my daughter and my son, and she loves them.
They are the best thing that ever happened to me in this world was my grandkids. And my daughter passed away, so having my granddaughter and me getting to be in her life and be there with her and help Danny with her has been a blessing I just cannot explain to anyone. But I love my grandson. He's a little booger, but yet he is the most intelligent young man I've ever seen in my life. He's intelligent, you guys. He's so smart.
Well, me and Mom will be doing a live for the first time in a while this Monday. So stay tuned for that, guys. You're not going to want to miss it. If you've never been in a live with me and Mom, you'll get to see us argue probably. We don't argue, but we disagree on things.
Absolutely.
Which makes it more entertaining because everybody has their own opinions.
And you are entitled to have your opinion.
But I'm going to have... Can you get this, or do I need to get it? Because I was going to have you show you putting it in the oven before we end the live. The oven's already pre-cooked or preheated. And then she's going to put it in there. And then since we're going at 350, it's going to take about 30, 40 minutes before it's done.
Because I like my food to taste good. I don't like it to have that dried out taste.
She put, I'm telling you, the grandparent gig is the bomb diggity.
It is the bomb shizzle. You're right.
And she
You're
put,
right.
Kay will look forward to Mama Parker and Danny laughing out loud. All right, guys. Well, we're going to let you go. This was a short one, but we will be doing Extreme Tots next Wednesday. But you guys know I'll be live all throughout the whole week. So I'll be doing videos and stuff throughout the whole week. But the next food cooking one will be next Wednesday, and it'll be Extreme Tots, which I'm going to make Mom pay for because it's expensive.
Okay.
She likes them, so she'll pay for them. I know she will.
I will. I absolutely will because I love them.
All right, guys. You guys all have a good day, and I might do a coloring live in about an hour. So if you guys want to come to that, come to that. If I
Be
don't,
blessed and have a wonderful evening. Check Danny out all the time. He's always doing something different. Even if I don't agree with him, he's doing something. But he has something interesting.
my channel doesn't stay on one topic. I do everything. I don't want to be like the rest of the YouTube channels. They're just boring. I want to do whatever I want to do that moment. That's what I'm going to do.
Whatever you feel like doing and whatever trips your trigger, you do it.
She said, all stay blessed.
Aw, thank you.
Bye, guys.